Oh, say, have you heard of the Speardane's dominion? How shall chafing reft from his foes their mead benches? That was a good king, that lord of the Whale-road. Hrothgar, the son of his grandson, was likewise a great giver of rings. He made him a mead hall, which he hight Heorot, which meaneth the heart's house. Here there was joy, here the song of the glee-man, till a monster named Grendel, who came in the night time after the mead drinking from the mists of the marshland, took 30 thanes and devoured them exulting. For 12 years thereafter the great hall stood idle. So long in the land raged the merciless monster. So long did the heart of the king ache with anguish. Then Beowulf, thane of the Geats, heard of Grendel, and straight on the Swan Road was 15 companions embarked in a foamy-necked floater, a sea-wood, that flew like a fowl for a day on the billows, till it came to the shores where languished good Hrothgar, and Heorot, the helm of the Shieldings, unlocked his word hoard and welcomed the warriors, with mead and with melody, pleased at the proffer, that Beowulf brought to demolish the monster. When the feasting was finished, the Speardanes departed, and Beowulf bound in the shackles of slumber. Grendel came groping, brake open the hall-mouth, seized hold of a sleeper, bit into his bone-case, drank the blood from his veins, and bolted the body. Then, as Beowulf slept, he laid hold of the hero, but he found his claw clutched by a hand grip gigantic. For Beowulf's strength was as 30 stout spearmen's. The lofty hall rocked, though with iron bands builded. A fearful wound showed in the shoulder of Grendel. Apart sprang the sinews, burst his bone frame, back to his bogs fled the fiend death-stricken. While Beowulf laid down the hand, arm, and shoulder of Grendel the Grim in the midst of the mead hall. Then Hrothgar rewarded with gold and with horses the deed of the hero. The bard touched the glee-wood. And the hall joy arose along the mead benches. Wolf now, the queen, brought mead to the hero. And all for a day of word were regardless. But with night came revengeful the mother of Grendel, slew in her sorrow Hrothgar's friend Ashura, and fled to the fens with the claw of her Grendel. Then Beowulf spake in the wise to wise Hrothgar. Revenging a wrong is more goodly than grieving. Let us follow. They went to a sea dark with dragons, pursuing the path of the perilous monster. There Beowulf bound on his back his war burning, and, taking in hand his hafted sword hunting, he dropped for a day through the wash of the waters. The water-wife saw and seized at the bottom the hero's war-sark, but the ring-bedecked hunting sang loud on her head his greedy war-music. But Beowulf stumbled and straightway had perished, had not God sustained and found him fresh footing. He was dragged natheless to her home in the hollows, where his hope of return waxed wan as they struggled, until he espied an old sword of Eoten's, and seized it and smote on her neck through the bone rings. Thus died the demon. Then his gaze fell on Grendel, and he hewed off the head from the limbs that lay lifeless. But so hot was the blood that the sword blade was melted, likest to snow when the father unbindeth the fetters of frost that the winter had welded. Thereafter the hero had honor unstinted, for 50 years ruling the people of Jutland, till evil arrived in the form of a fire drake, fearsome, unfriendly, an old twilight spoiler. One of Beowulf's slaves stole a cup from his gold hoard, and the dragon, revengeful, harried his people, till the king, rich in honor, came to his cavern. Forth from its arch blew the breath of the monster. The coiling one came and fled from his fury. All the king's comrades except only Wiglaf. Burned to the boss was the shield of young Wiglaf. Nagling was broken, old and grey-headed. Beowulf found in his sword no salvation. The fangs of the worm seized the throat of the hero, and welled forth in waves Beowulf's life blood. But Wiglaf was worthy. His sword smote the dragon, and Beowulf's dagger divided the demon. Kinsmen and aethelings, they cast forth his spirit. Thus Beowulf perished, undaunted, unvanquished.